Let's go. Do you guys see this? So let me give you more perspective on what the market did today, but the market is preparing for something big. So it ended up down or unchanged. The Dow ended up actually, you can see, ended up lower there by 1/3%. This NASDAQ did actually very well. S&P pretty much closed at zero, flat. And small caps dropped. We also saw, I've been talking about it, transports. I'm going to talk about really what caused this move, but when you see it in perspective today, even though it closed, down or mixed, it's still holding the highs from there. There's unique stuff with the options. Honestly, man, I was so tired and bored today on the market. And then really by the end of the day, man, I got a little bit hyped seeing, as these things are developing. Shout out the chat. Let's go. So, oh yeah, I have to say, drop a thumbs up on this video. You guys like this content, you want to see it, but honestly, I was just about to say, shout out to chat. We're streaming live, you guys, every day, Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It's pinned to the comments, it's in the description, but be there. It's awesome. We're sourcing information in the chat. I want everyone to contribute. Everyone's holding it down. It's awesome. So we've been talking about a lot of this stuff, and a lot of the question was, why did the market go up today? I want to talk about that, and I also want to talk about what the market is preparing for. So even today, I could really go over what happened very, very quickly. There was a few things. The main things that occurred were Theresa May spoke. That moved the pound around a little bit. And you could see the global currencies, the dollar moved a little bit, but we actually started today with lower rates again, bringing those issues of the yield curve again. But again, we're watching the market adjust and get used to all this stuff. So that's actually a positive sign. But if it does develop worse, that could get bad. Turkey, again, I've been bringing this up, but these are these little offshoot events, global and global political stuff that could affect the market. So keep an eye out on for that. But the only thing else that I could see, there was no other news driving the market. We were supposed to get auto sales. Delta had some news, and that helped bring up the transports. However, transports dropped, and that was my big reason of why the market did what it did today, where it still remained up but closed down to a degree, because transports and small caps started giving up the gain. So if you've been watching the last 5 trading days, those have been the biggest gainers. So seeing what they're doing now, that has really truly had the biggest effect, I think, where it's sold off those and now it's given some room for everything else. But now, what is the market pricing in? What is this big stuff? And this is what I want to talk about, because the option calls, when you go to them, I don't know if I could pull up a specific example. We are posting a watch list tonight. I will post that there so you guys could see it. But the option premiums aren't really pricing too big of a move. So what is the market preparing for? I think the big thing is earnings. And don't forget about China. With China and the trade war, we haven't heard much. Trump briefly talked about it today in one of his live speeches. And then Brexit. But the thing is, why I'm saying it's preparing for something big, all of the call premiums, all of the option premiums, we've been going up pretty much straight up for the last literally since last Wednesday. So tomorrow will be a very pivotal day for the options traders, even the day traders. But Thursday and Friday, we have the non-farm payrolls. And again, we didn't get those auto numbers today, which we should have. That could have an effect. It's expected to go down. So if it surprises even more, that could be even worse. And that could signal stuff for both the foreign economies and our domestic economy. But again, we've been going up straight the last 5 days. But these last 2 days have really killed the premium, showing that the market's pricing and what people are buying on calls, it's very, very low. Even the calls and the puts are both cheap. You could see that with how the VIX has been moving. So I think the market is kind of holding back. You got a lot of companies doing their buybacks right now. I really think the market is just holding off until it gets to the point where earnings starts to report and the market wants to either move up on the earnings. And this is the next big thing. It could be either very bullish or bearish. But on the bullish side is the fact that now, even after the yield curve inverts, you guys are seeing this. I said in that video, it's going to take time. It's a trailing economy. So this earnings is reporting the last 3 months. This could be that final push. And again, we're already approaching near highs. All it takes is some good data to get up there. So the market is either preparing for good data but now the market is kind of hesitant with the price of calls. So watch that coming into earnings. We need to see how these next few days play out. But then also watch for Brexit. I keep saying this. I want to keep reminding you guys, because I said it the other time, you don't need to anticipate it. I guess even today with, there was good news that brought the pound up when Theresa May said she's going to try to work for a plan. However, the downside is that the market, our U.S. stocks don't respond to it. And I've showed it before on June. Maybe I'll show you guys again and make some light of it. I think this is probably the most important thing because it does look a lot like that. But again, we are in April, and April is it's a different, it doesn't really drop. I believe someone on the comment, they said that April is when the 2007 crash started. But if you actually look around there, that is not when it occurred. It occurred around August, but April, there was some weakness. Why isn't this getting up here? Hold on. Okay, so there it is. This is Brexit on the 16th, or in 2016, June 23rd. But you can see the markets. It was in it literally. Let me pull up a different. So this will give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. The Brexit is literally right here. But then you get to see kind of where the market was at coming from. That was January. It dropped in January just like we did, and then it started bouncing up. And then comes Brexit right there. So it's a very interesting because it looks very similar, but this happened in June. And as you see, even in 2016, April was actually very, very strong. Where does April start right there for you guys? Right around here. April was pretty strong. That's where it started. It held up. It kind of ended up staying around the same after that month, but it was still strong enough to not go down with that weakness. It gapped up a little bit, and then coming June, that's when everything fell. So if they do kick the can till May, that is the next thing. If Theresa May somehow gets an extension till May 25th, we could see it literally go 3 years exactly to the date, and we could see something with Brexit. But what I'm saying, I'm bringing this up. It's good stuff to monitor. It's good stuff to look at. But as you see, it didn't drop. The market didn't drop in the U.S. until after Brexit really got officially passed. So you don't really have to worry about it too much in that sense. And I don't think the market is going to price it in. And there's a lot of confusion surrounding it. But there's that. Oil has been killing it too. So keep an eye out on for that. But again, all of this is digestion. And I think the market is really preparing something. So I'm going to leave it there, you guys. Subscribe if you're new. Like if you like this video. But also, what do you guys think it was? Today's interesting. If you think anything's digesting, if you think anything is going to happen, you're preparing for something, put it below. That's the reason we have these videos and everything. I want to hear your guys' information, and you guys could see how other markets around, other traders around the world are thinking about the market. So it's pretty great. I love you guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you for the watch list tonight in the stream in the morning. Let's go!